Good afternoon, everybody. And this evening I'm going to be making some rutabagas. Most of the time people will cook these with cabbage. They're really good with cabbage. But tonight I'm going to be making them by themselves. They're really good by themselves also. They're sort of like a turnip root and a cabbage root mixed. They have this thick layer of wax on them to keep them good. Now I'm going to have to peel all this off and then cut them up. So I'm going to start peeling them to get the wax off, and when I get back to cutting them, I'll get back at you. And before I start peeling them, I'm going to go ahead and take my 8 ounces of bacon, which is what I'm going to use for my seasoning, and I'm going to turn my pan on. And I'm going to start frying that bacon up. And while that's cooking, I'm going to start peeling my rutabagas. And I'll be back at you. As you can see, these are pretty tough to peel. Because they have the wax on them, and it is a hard root. This is what I just have to do, is just sit here and keep peeling it until I get all that wax off and all the color. Alright, and I got my rutabagas peeled. I'm just going to make sure I cut a thin slice off of this top so I can make sure I get all that wax off, because you don't want to eat no wax. And I'm going to cut a thin slice off of this end. I don't like that part, so I'm going to do that to both of them. There we go. Alright. Now I'm going to chop them up. This can be actually pretty hard sometimes. I've had rutabagas that are really tough. There we go. Now I'm going to cut this little piece off here. Get that wax off. Cut that off. Now I'm just going to cut them up in chunks. Okay. Bacon continue cooking while I continue to chop these up. This is what I call poor people's food. Eat the roots. But they're really good. They're absolutely delicious. And you know, I reckon I just would rather be poor in that case, because sometimes poor people eat the best. And I'm going to finish cutting these up and I'll be back at you. Alright, I got all my rutabagas cut up. And I've almost got my bacon cooked, and I'm letting all the fat render out of that bacon that I can, because that's going to be our flavor, the meat, and the grease. As I'm sitting here thinking about it, you know, my grandma raised 9 head of youngins, or had 9 youngins. She raised 8 of them. 1 passed away, and she lived as a baby. And back then, in those days, you didn't waste nothing. You made use of everything you had. So, I guess that's why she would cook. They started cooking roots and stuff like that, but they're delicious. I'm going to add them in there with my bacon, and I'm going to add me about 2 cups of water to it. I'm not measuring. I'm just using a cup I got right here. It's probably going to be more about like 3 cups of water. And I'm going to let that come to a good boil and let it just start cooking. I'm going to cover it and let it get good and seasoned. Let it cook down, and then I'll come back and I'll add my salt and my pepper to it. And I'll be back at you. As you can see, as they're boiling, they start to change colors. They start to get this orange looking color about them. And that's when you know that they're close to being done. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to add my teaspoon of salt and my teaspoon of pepper. I'm not going to add that much because of the bacon. So I'll just let them continue to simmer in this juice. And two, while you're cooking, you want to keep an eye on them. That you have to keep adding water. And that's pretty much it. They're almost done. I'm just going to let that pepper and that salt kind of cook into them and let a little bit more of that fluid cook out of them. And that's that. You'll just serve them up in a bowl and eat them. And I want to thank y'all for watching my video. I hope y'all enjoyed it. I enjoy y'all watching, and I enjoy doing this for y'all. And we are at 80 likes on our page. So I want to give y'all a big thanks for that. If you would, just keep sharing it and give us a follow, a like if you're new. And y'all have a blessed afternoon. Thank you.